GTA final missions have always been legendary, but which one is the best? We'll compare GTA's final missions by fun, difficulty, and memorability. This video contains story spoilers. Now let's jump right into it and begin with the fun comparison. In GTA 3's final mission, we try to rescue Maria by making a deal with Catalina, but she betrays us and escapes in a helicopter. We track Catalina to the dam and attack her hideout. However, the only thing we do in this mission is fight enemies. The gameplay feels repetitive, which lowers the fun factor. There are barely any engaging moments in this mission, except for the part where we destroy the helicopter. Well, by today's standards, this scene isn't all that epic. However, this is the only epic scene I can mention in GTA 3's final mission. Additionally, the mission follows a strictly linear path, offering no choices to the player. Overall, due to its straightforward and simplistic design, I give this mission a 3 out of 10 for fun. GTA Vice City's final mission tasks us with defending our mansion from Sonny Forelli and his men, ultimately leading to a showdown with Sonny himself. Like GTA 3, the mission is purely combat-focused, follows a straight path, and lacks any epic moments. At least GTA 3 had the helicopter explosion. Sorry, GTA Vice City, but the final mission doesn't deserve a high rating. I give it a 2 out of 10. But GTA San Andreas kicks things off with an exciting start, breaking through Big Smoke's hideout entrance using a SWAT tank. Inside, there are plenty of enemies, but unlike GTA 3 and Vice City, it doesn't feel as dull. As we ascend each floor, encountering different environments keeps the excitement growing. When we finally reach Big Smoke, a boss fight begins. But right after taking him down, Tenpenny shows up, bringing yet another surprise. As he makes his escape, he sets the building on fire and cuts the power, plunging everything into darkness. To navigate through the chaos, we can use night vision goggles. While trying to escape, we now have to deal with the spreading flames, which makes the mission more challenging and adds variety to the gameplay. At this point, the mission has already been action-packed, but it's not over yet. Once we make it outside, another intense sequence begins. Sweet clings onto Tenpenny's escaping fire truck, forcing us into a high-speed chase to save him. After rescuing him, we switch roles. No longer the driver, but now tasked with protecting the car while dealing with incoming threats. The mission is still linear like the previous games. We don't get many choices in how to approach the objectives, aside from minor decisions like whether or not to use night vision goggles. Overall, this mission doesn't deserve a low rating, and I give it a 9 out of 10 for fun. GTA 4 has 2 different endings, but I will evaluate the most popular one, Revenge. The main objective of the mission is to take down Pegorino. The mission starts with us following Pegorino's men, hoping they will lead us to him. When we reach his hideout, a massive gunfight breaks out. After dealing with the enemies, Pegorino escapes, forcing us into a chase while dealing with his men at the same time. When Pegorino gets on a boat, we grab a nearby motorcycle to follow him along the shore. Suddenly, Roman and little Jacob arrive in a helicopter to help, and this is where the real action begins. We use a ramp to leap onto the helicopter, smashing the spacebar to climb aboard. Now we are pursuing Pegorino from the air, but it's not that easy. We also have to dodge incoming rockets. No matter how careful we are, the final rocket is scripted to hit our helicopter, forcing the last chase to take place on foot. If you survive the last wave of enemies, Pegorino finally meets his fate. I can confidently say, I really enjoyed this mission because of its variety. There are also plenty of epic moments. The helicopter jump is my favorite, but the scene where the helicopter is shot down is another highlight. One downside is that it focuses mainly on chasing. While there isn't much freedom during the mission itself, the fact that we can choose between 2 different endings offers some variety. Overall, this mission has a lot of strong points. But since it's mostly chase-focused, I rate it slightly lower than GTA San Andreas, giving it an 8 out of 10. GTA 5 also has multiple endings. However, I will evaluate the most popular one, the C ending. After planning with Lester, we lure enemies into the foundry for a shootout. At this point, nothing particularly interesting happens. We just take down waves of enemies, making this part feel similar to Vice City's final mission. Once the battle is over, each character goes off to eliminate an antagonist, and we can choose which one to play as first. Franklin eliminates Mr. Cheng, Trevor ambushes Steve Haynes, and Michael deals with Stretch. Finally, Trevor invades Devin Weston's mansion to capture him. Up to this point, the mission has felt rather standard compared to the other games. But the next part is where things get interesting. After stuffing Devin in the trunk of a car, Trevor drives to meet up with Franklin and Michael. Once they arrive, they say their final words to Devin before sending him off a cliff. To be honest, this mission's variety doesn't quite match that of GTA 4 or San Andreas. It could have had more action-packed moments. Most of it revolves around gunfights, making it feel somewhat repetitive. There are epic moments, but not enough for a final mission. However, what GTA 5 does better than the previous games is providing freedom. We can choose how the final mission unfolds with drastically different endings. Additionally, we make simple choices within the mission, like selecting which character to play as and the order of eliminations. While I enjoy GTA 5's final mission, GTA 4's left a stronger impact on me. For that reason, I rate GTA 5's final mission a 7 out of 10. Now let's see which GTA final mission was the hardest. In GTA 3, you start completely unarmed, picking up a pistol from the ground. You have to escape quickly, making sure not to lose too much health early on, as you'll need it later. When you reach Catalina's hideout at the dam, you have to take out the guards at the entrance using only your pistol. And finally, you can pick up new weapons. Next, you encounter another barricade. Aiming is incredibly difficult here because you have to shoot from a distance to avoid taking damage. Once you clear the barricade, more enemies are waiting, and this is where extreme caution is necessary. If they shoot you, your health can drop in an instant. A truck also attempts to ram you, adding to the chaos. Explosive barrels are scattered throughout the dam, making positioning crucial. If you're not careful, they can be a real problem. Additionally, ammo is limited, so you have to be mindful of how much you use. If you waste too much, you might find yourself in a desperate situation, relying only on your pistol. After overcoming all these challenges, you finally reach the end of the mission. Honestly, this mission was extremely difficult, forcing me to attempt it multiple times. I rate its difficulty a 9 out of 10. GTA Vice City is similar to GTA 3 in terms of difficulty. The difference is that instead of attacking, we are on the defensive. This means that enemies keep spawning, and if they manage to shoot you, they deal a lot of damage. Enemies appear unpredictably, so you constantly have to watch your back or else... Honestly, I don't like the aiming and shooting mechanics in GTA 3 and Vice City, and being forced to deal with them constantly makes this mission even more challenging. It's not as difficult as GTA 3, but it still took me 3 attempts to complete. I rate its difficulty an 8 out of 10. GTA San Andreas' final mission has a perfectly balanced difficulty. The number of enemies is high, but since they remain in fixed positions, they are not a major problem. However, the challenge increases significantly after defeating Big Smoke. The lights go out, a fire spreads throughout the building, and there is a time limit. Despite these obstacles, the enemies aren't as strong as those in GTA 3 or Vice City, making the mission feel more manageable. It might seem much harder at first, but in the end, it's still very possible to complete. Even if you fail, it's not a big deal. Unlike other San Andreas missions, this one has a checkpoint system. The fire truck section is much easier, and the only part that requires real focus is rescuing Sweet. Not too easy, not too hard. Because of this, I give it a 6 out of 10. GTA 4 also has a lot of enemies, but just like in San Andreas, their positions are fixed. There are plenty of places to take cover, and if you move carefully, you won't face too much difficulty. However, following Pegorino is slightly more challenging because you need to keep up with him while also dealing with enemy gunfire. Once you reach the island, enemies are scattered all around, and this part is a bit trickier. The main difficulty comes from the fact that some enemies are hard to spot, and there aren't many good cover spots. While it's not incredibly hard, for some reason I lost a lot of health here. But don't worry, I didn't die. Since it feels similar in difficulty to GTA San Andreas, I also rate GTA 4's final mission a 6 out of 10. And now GTA 5. Once again, there are plenty of enemies, but they arrive gradually, giving you enough time to handle them. There are lots of cover spots, and thanks to having 3 playable characters, you can easily spot enemies hiding in blind spots by switching characters. Additionally, health regenerates up to halfway when taking cover, making survival much easier. The checkpoint system is very forgiving, allowing you to restart exactly where you left off. In fact, if you fail too many times, the game even gives you the option to skip certain sections. The part where you eliminate the antagonists is also quite easy. That being said, compared to other GTA 5 missions, this one is still on the harder side, so I can't give it the lowest rating. I rate its difficulty a 4 out of 10. GTA final missions tend to stay in our memories mostly due to their stories, so I will evaluate their memorability based on their narratives. To be honest, GTA 3 didn't leave much of an impact on me in terms of story. In fact, due to the difficulty of the missions, I never even reached the final mission back then. I completed GTA 3 for the first time in the definitive edition. For me, the only truly memorable aspect of this mission is its difficulty. For these reasons, I give its memorability a low score of 3 out of 10. GTA Vice City's story is more engaging than GTA 3's, making its ending more impactful. Lance Vance betraying us in the final act is one of the mission's most unforgettable moments. Finally being able to take down Sonny is also satisfying. However, there aren't any truly impactful cutscenes to emphasize Lance's or especially Sonny's downfall. In contrast, GTA San Andreas features powerful cutscenes for Big Smoke and Tenpenny, which I will discuss shortly. It's certainly memorable, but it could have been even better. I give Vice City's final mission a 5 out of 10 for memorability. GTA San Andreas is my personal favorite in terms of memorability. Both the mission's excitement and its emotional impact make it truly unforgettable. It masterfully blends feelings of revenge and sorrow while delivering an intense final showdown. Additionally, its nostalgic value makes it even more special. I can't find a single reason to deduct points, so I give it a perfect 10 out of 10. GTA 4's finale is built entirely around a strong revenge story. Throughout the mission, we dream of finally getting payback, and this emotional buildup makes it one of the most compelling endings in the series. The combination of its gripping narrative and action-packed sequences contributes to its memorability. While it doesn't quite reach the same nostalgic heights as GTA San Andreas, it still leaves a significant impact. For these reasons, I believe GTA 4's final mission deserves a 9 out of 10. GTA 5's finale is also impactful in terms of story, but not as much as GTA San Andreas or GTA 4. The most memorable parts of the mission are the moments where we take down the antagonists, with Devin Weston's final fate standing out the most. I think we can all agree that while GTA 5's final mission is memorable, it doesn't quite reach the level of GTA San Andreas or GTA 4. Because of that, I give it an 8 out of 10. These were my personal rankings, but I'm curious to hear yours as well. Which GTA final mission is your favorite? Feel free to share your own rankings in the comments. And if you want to explore forgotten places in GTA, click the video on the screen. See you there!